Good afternoon, good morning, Happy New Year to those of you that weren't able to join us earlier on for Wake Up Call. I hope you had a lovely Christmas and I hope you had a lovely New Year as well, whether it was jam-packed full of Christmas and New Year busyness with family and friends, or maybe it was just a quiet one. Either way, it's lovely to have your company, today being the very first live show of 2024. Now, as I did say, we were here for an hour within Wake Up Call earlier on with myself, but we are back with a bang when it comes to our shows on Crafters TV. Now, before we delve into the world of Crafters Companion launches, this week is all about New Year, new crafts. Now, it could be that you focus on a certain craft and you're looking to venture out into something a little bit different that we do here at Crafters TV, but you've maybe not ventured into. Or it's maybe a craft that you're familiar with, maybe you enjoy doing it, maybe you've just taken a step back lately and you just want to delve back in. You need that little bit of a refresh when it comes to the techniques that you can do. Well, that's what this week is all about. We've got a range of colouring, which is what today's all about. We've then got scoring on Thursday with myself. We've then got die cutting with a brand new launch on Friday with Corin. So we're going to be opening up the world of new year, new craft here on Crafters TV. Now, when it comes to this show here, yes, you can then get ahead across on our website, crafterscompanion.co.uk.com or .eu. If you're going to shop the day, you're going to find everything from this New Year, new craft show. You're also going to find elements, items from the later show earlier on, which is Launch Party. What you're also going to find on the website is head a look into the winter sale. We've still got up to 75% off. Now, it will be ending soon now that we're into the new year. But when you have a look, please also, when you're having a look at this, keep an eye on the banner at the top of the item because it will let you know if it is sold out. Now, what you've got is many items that are still in stock. We've got dies, we've got stamping dies, we've got cardstock, we've got adhesives, we've got magazines, we've got tools, we've got so many items across on our website that are part of the winter sale where you're getting up to 75% off. Now, that is up to 75% off. That is before you take into account your Club Inspire. Once you've then logged into your account, you will still get your Club Inspire on top of that. We will talk you through Club Inspire. We did have some new viewers earlier on within Wake Up Call, so we will take this opportunity between this show and the next show to tell you all about Club Inspire. It's free to join, and once you join and you place your very first order, you will get 20% off that very first order. You can see the details just there. It's there on the website for you to check out. Now, that is really it that I need to tell you for the start of a brand new year here on Crafters TV. But what I am going to reiterate once again is the fact that this is New Year, new craft. Now, she is here in the building. I am absolutely buzzing not only to be back, but for my first show back to be with this gorgeous lady, my bestie, the one that I absolutely trust with my whole entire life. Debbie's back.
I don't know what gives him that idea that he can trust me. Happy New Year, everyone. Oh my God, Craig, I'm so happy that we've got today together. It's going to be great. Sorry I couldn't join you on your first Wake Up Call this morning. But yes, Happy New Year, everyone. I'd love to know all what you got up to in the new year, or if you got any crafty goodies for Christmas. But it's great to be back. And I love the fact that we're going to this New Year crafts, Craig, because lots of us have lots of tools, but we're sometimes a bit frightened to use them or we don't get them out. And today is all about colouring. Well, this show is all about colouring, and we're going to be talking you through those alcohol colouring pens and your aqua pens and your aqua pencils. So you may have them, you may not use them a lot, or you might want to decide to take up that new craft of colouring. And we've definitely got some amazing offers for you today. So it's going to be a good one, Craig.
It is indeed. Cannot wait. As always, get in contact with us on social. We've got Susie T on. We've also just got, for a little while, Rachel giving us a helping hand as well. So as Debbie said, while we are here with the New Year, new craft, if there is anything specific question-wise that you want to be asking, certainly when it comes to colouring, then of course fire them across, and throughout the next couple of hours what we'll do is I will then feed them across to Debbie. Then later on what we're going to do is we're going to do a swip swap. So I'm going to then be onto that side, Debbie's going to come here, but that's going to be for Launch Party. But as I say, we've got Susie on the social with Rachel for the time being, so anything that you want to ask, fire them across, and then we will feed them through, of course, whether that is Facebook or across on YouTube. But let's get started. Let's get started with something that we did show within Wake Up Call. and you guys loved it. Now, not only did you love it, you loved the saving when it comes to this one. Now, I'm going to show you the Stampin' Mystery Bag. It's not a mystery because I showed you within Wake Up Call, and I'm going to show you again. First and foremost, £25, $35. Look at that saving. You are saving over 65%. Now, if you are in Club Inspire and you're Platinum, that then means you get your 20% discount, which means you're going to get this for £20 or $28. Or, if you have just joined Club Inspire and this is going to be your very first order, you will then also get it for £20 or $28 because, of course, that is your 20% discount. Just to clarify as well, you don't get the bag, unfortunately, but you do get the contents inside. Now, I'm going to dive in. I'm going to show you these three here because here in the UK, essentially, this is what you're paying for. Now, these three here, these come to £20.97. Okey-doke. So you can see your today's price is £25. These three here would come to £20.97. For you guys in America, these come to $29.85. So for just an extra $5, you guys stateside, you're going to get all of this. Here in the UK, nothing really. You're then going to be getting. These are from our launch. Just happened within our birthday event there with the Moonbeam and Sunbeam. So you're going to be getting that, and you're going to be getting that as well. Not only are you going to be getting all 5 so far, you're also going to be getting from 'Twas the Night Before Christmas. So you're going to get that stamp there. Now, I know, of course, we are, a little while away from Christmas, although we are guaranteeing Christmas delivery, so don't worry on that one. Okay, no joke there. Okay, no, a little bit tumbleweed going there. I thought it was funny. I know I said it earlier on, but I thought it was funny.
Did you say something to me, Craig, and I wasn't listening to you then?
Yeah, but it's okay, Debbie.
I'm so sorry. I was busy sort of colouring with my pen.
Is that what you're doing?
Yeah, sorry.
Let's rewind again then.
Yeah,
so,
say it again.
Right, so.
I'm listening.
Now, not only have you got those stamp sets from the Sunbeam and Moonbeam, what we've also got as well from was the night before Christmas. Now, yes, I know we're quite a wee while away from Christmas yet, but please do know that we are guaranteeing Christmas delivery.
Love it.
Thanks, Debbie. Thanks, Debbie.
It was very funny.
It was, wasn't it? It's good. It's good. Not only that, you're then going to get Halloween. Halloween is coming. Halloween is coming. Witches, cats, and big black bats. Woo! Boom! That's in there as well. So yes, Christmas and Halloween, all the other ones you're going to be, you can't use them now, of course you can. All the other ones are spring-like, summer-like as well. We're going to be giving you from the Bohemian collection. We're going to be giving you that 4 stamp sets. 3 are sentiments. You've got a good sizable banner stamp there as well. Then from the Vintage Diary, you're going to be getting these ones as well. So that's giving you your 9 stamps. These are going to be good for building up your background layers if that's what you choose to do. That's in there. Then we're also going to be giving you the Breathe In and Breathe Out. Lovely large sentiment that you can start to do any inking techniques, heat embossing, but that's in there. And then we're also going to be giving you an 18-piece from the Country Lane. So that's 18 stamps here. Everything I've shown you there, £25 or $35, but you're going to get all of these. Keeping in mind, the first 3 that I showed you comes to £20.97 or $29.85. So let's put that one, there we go, let's move that one there, let's bring these ones in here. So you're going to get all of them, and these 3 here are what would come to £20.97 or $29.85. But today, within that Stampin' Mystery Bag, you're going to be £25 or $35 for all of that, or for your Platinum price, you're going to be £20 or $28. Whether you're going to be keeping them for yourself, maybe you're going to put them in that little gift kind of cube or box you've got at home for any crafty friends, and then throughout the year you can start to dish them out as little gifts, or maybe, of course, you then just want to dish them out to craft clubs or craft crops. Up to yourself, but they're there on the website as well. Shop the day, check them out. It is your Stampin' Mystery Bag. Just to say as well, if you do go for more than one, you will duplicate. So just to let you know, what I've shown you there is what you're going to get. So if you do go for more than one, you will duplicate. So that is the stamps. Then let's dive down here. and bring some colour and medium. So new year, new craft, this show, a couple of hours, all about colouring with Debbie. We're going to go to Debbie just in a moment, but we're going to have a look at our classics. This one here, it is a 6-piece set here. Now it's giving you 72 pens in total. Now I'm not going to go through them in great detail, because of course that's why our expert Debbie is here, but what I will show you is what you're going to be getting for your money. Now you're going to be getting all 6 sets, as I said. You're going to be getting your vintage. So if I turn them around, and it gives you that visual indication of the vintage tones within this set here. Not only that, you're then going to be getting the florals as well. So once you get this full set, you're going to have an absolute abundance of colours that are going to work for. Yes, now we say this one is great for the florals, which it is, but there's nothing stopping you from using them out with your vintage or out with your florals. We're then going to be giving you the nature as well, so you can see the nature tones. These are alcohol-based pens, so you're going to be able to do your blends with these ones here. I know Debbie will talk you through things like your card and your ink, etc., throughout the show. But that is then your brights, and although I say that they're alcohol-based and you can blend with them, there's nothing stopping you from just using them as individual colours. You've got a chisel nib, not only that, you've got a bullet nib as well, and then you've got your jewel as well. 12 pens within each set, 72 colours. You're getting £75 or $120. Now, when it comes to that full set there, you are saving 35%. But then, if you're platinum, of course, that comes down by 20%, which means you're going to get all of that for £60 or $96. These are our alcohol-based. This is our Spectrum Noir Classic pens, an absolute favourite with so many of you at home. Let us know when it comes to the comments today, you know, what is it about the classics that you love? I already recognise a lot of names that love your classic pens. So while I have a little read of these ones here, what we can do is we can go across to Debbie, and then once we come back from Debbie, we'll have a proper read with the comments coming through. Debbie, new year, new craft, colouring. I don't think there's anyone that doesn't enjoy it. Whether it is just laying down one colour, Debbie, whether it's blending, there's something relaxing about colouring.
Yeah, I love that, Craig, because that's exactly right. Every single person loves colouring because everybody can do it. It doesn't matter what age you are, what gender you are, whoever you are, you love colouring. It's something we're taught, or it's something that we do as soon as we sort of get to an age where we can hold something, whether it's that young, sort of an older baby that's got a crayon that can crayon on something, and then you go onto those felt tip pens or pencils, coloured pencils, and then you just progress. And then I would say in the last maybe sort of 10 years at least, maybe 7, colouring has become a phenomenon. I mean, it's like people just love it. And what we've then done is took from the artistry market, we've brought it into the craft market, because we were like, hang on, all you artists out there and all you illustrators, why can't we as crafters do some colouring? And then we become sort of really good at getting to know our alcohol pens, our watercolour pens, all those different pens that what you can do different things with. Now, an alcohol pen is very different to a felt tip pen. So anybody that uses felt tip pens, you'll know sometimes they can be a bit scratchy. You can get better quality ones, but they're still going to run out of ink really quickly, and they are still quite scratchy. You can't blend a felt tip pen like you can blend an alcohol pen, and that's why alcohol pen people love, because it's that learning ability of being able to blend. And I'm just going to show you some samples before we start. So if these are all done using our classic marker, and you can see just by using that one colour blend sort of through here, and then round the edges it's slightly darker, so it's giving it some shade, it's giving it some depth. It's actually absolutely amazing. I love this one here, really shows all those vibrancy, all those colours that you get in that kit. If you want to go a bit darker, look at the birds in here.
Wow,
those birds, I mean, how incredible. It's like bringing your images to life. But what I also love about them, Craig, is that if you, just like you just said, if you lay down one colour, you're colouring. If you do that 2-colour blend, add those different colours in, it's going to be amazing. It doesn't matter what you've got in your stash, how quirky, how funny, how cutesy, how modern, you can colour with anything. I love this one. Can you see these little sort of brush marks?
You can.
They're sort of almost a flicking motion, which is just incredible that you can use a flicking motion with a bullet point nib. The other thing I love about classic classics, and I will show you in a moment the actual pen themselves, is you get 2 nibs with them. So you get your chisel nib and you get your bullet nib, and you can just continue to be very creative. I mean, look at that bit. It's absolutely so cute. Just lots of things that you can do with them. So let's have a look at the pens themselves. So I've got 2 here. So I've got a red, which is our dark red blend. So if we look over the top here, we'll be able to see it tells me it's a DR1. And then you've got in fact, if I bring another one in, you've got your DR2. So although they've got names on them, you can still see you've got your red, you've got your poppy, but actually it's your DR1, your DR2. Now what that means is you've got 2 different colour shades of the same family. So you've got your dark red 1, dark red 2, but that doesn't mean you can't bring in another pen. So I'm going to be using our DP5, which is our deep pink, bright pink 5, and we're going to sort of go into those, which are amazing. So we're going to be using these ones and show you how to get that colour in. Now what we aren't showing you today, and we haven't got on the show, is our tri-blend. So I just wanted to tell you the difference between all our pens, because we're going to be showing our classics, we're going to be showing our Illustrator, but our tri-blends are our beginner markers. So the classic markers are the ones that they're a good quality, middle of the range, and then you've got your high quality, which is your Illustrator. So what happens with the difference with these ones, if I take both ends off, you'll be able to see. Just bring in a piece of card. So let me just grab a piece of card, bring that in there, and you can see you've got your bullet nib on this side and you've got your chisel on this side. When I bring in the classics later, I'll show you the difference. The classics have got 2 different ends as well to these ones. So you do get, if you've got your classics and you want to invest in some Illustrator, you can go for both and get different nibs. Now the great thing about this, what I am going to do is use one of the stamps that we've got in this set. So this one is our Sweet Roses. Now the Sweet Roses is a beautiful stamp set. So I'll just show you on here, and we'll stamp this out and do a little bit of colouring to show you how good the classics are. But you do get a die with these as well. So the die itself has your outside cutting edge, so you can use that as your matten layer or to frame it. And then it's got the actual part that cuts out the shape. So if you want to use your dies, you can. But if you just want to start that new crafting of stamping and colouring in, then this is a great one to do. So let me bring in, I'm going to be using my stamping platform. I do absolutely love this one. It's our 8x8 magnetic, so we're just going to put our magnetics into place.
This is as well, Debbie. You know how I love the rose from Vintage Rose Collection? I like this one as well, because it's an open petal one, isn't it? It's
a lovely one to colour in. Yeah, that one's lovely that you love. This one's slightly smaller, so if you want to sort of practice more, it's a great one.
That's a really good point, actually, a practice one, yeah,
this is your practice one. Right, ink pads, Vanessa, alcohol proof, waterproof, as simple as they come. It tells you on here, alcohol proof, it's got an alcohol pen. We've then got our waterproof, and you've got your water brush on here as well. So it's so self-explanatory. So just be careful not to switch them. Make sure you use the right one. Now we're using alcohol markers, so we're going to be using the alcohol proof die. Couldn't be more simple. One of the first things when I started getting into crafting, like in a big way, Craig, was ink pads, like what to use. I used to find it really hard to know which one to use. And I love the fact that we've done that we've simplified it, so you can literally use your ones for alcohol proof and use your ones for waterproof.
And it's a really good point as well, because yes, we're talking about our classics and then our Aqua pens, Debbie, but you know, our ink pads are going to work for other branded alcohol pens or water-based pens.
Absolutely.
So, you know, I would say with our one, you know, not that I'm being biased, but as Debbie said, because it tells us on the packaging. Brilliant.
Yeah, which is so, so good. So if you wanted to cut that out, you could just then take the die. So you've got the die here, you just place it over the top, find where it is. I think it's the other way. Oh, actually, did I? Yeah, I had it the right way. No.
think it was the right way.
Oh, it's because I've done it at an angle. There we go, look. So I haven't done it because I wasn't cutting it out. If you die cut it out, so note to yourself, die cut it first. It's on the wonk. I wasn't die cutting it, which is why I wasn't worried. Right, I'm going to bring in a piece of card and I'm going to use those reds and pinks. So, in fact, I'm just going to go straight in with our dark red 2 and our BP5. So you start off with the lightest of the colours. Because I've got a number 2, even though it's a red, I know it's going to be my lightest, and then I'm going to go into my, I nearly started on the leaf then. We're then going to just go in with that pink. So I'm going to do sort of small circular motions, just go across here, colouring that in. Now, the thing to know with alcohol pens is you use them in small sections because alcohol dries very quickly. So as soon as you've laid that down, you want to then go into that, and I'm going to go into it with that beautiful pink, and I'm blending those 2 colours together. Okay. And you get to that point where you can't see the 2 colours, you can't see that middle section because they blend so well into each other. It's the thing I love about the Classiques is not like the tri-blend where that gives you that 3-colour blend. These you can pick and choose which colours you want to use and which are going to just look amazing. And have a play and have a chart next to you as well, Craig. It's a really good idea to sort of, when you like a colour, have a little scribble next to it and put those colours, write it down so you give yourself a little chart so you know what works for you, especially if you're doing skin tones. There's nothing worse than sort of nailing a skin tone and then forgetting which colours that you use to blend that skin tone with. Yeah,
and I've started to do that a lot more off the back of Sheena, because although our pens, the colour on the end is as close to the actual colour as possible, sometimes it could be just a slightly different tinge when you apply it to your card.
Yep,
so
absolutely.
Sheena has always said, you know, if you just do it on a little bit of scrap beforehand, just so that you know it is the right shade you're wanting.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I've still got my New Year nails on, Craig. I'm very sparkly. There was very close up then on my nails. Yeah, it's still sparkly.
Well, that's it. You want to get the most out of them, don't you?
Absolutely.
You know, we're still in the party season of New Year.
Yeah, definitely.
Having a party.
Let us know, what did you get up to New Year?
Exactly.
It's,
what did you do?
I went out partying, Craig.
Oh, you rebel, yeah, you party animal.
I know. I had a gold sequin dress I went out in, and to match my nails. Yes, absolutely, Jamie. And then, yeah, we pretty much danced and drunk all night and laughed. We before Christmas, we had such a funny night. I don't know if anyone else has played it, but we played we had some friends over, and it's always difficult to sort of do games when there's lots of people. But we decided to play the game where it's the P and S game.
P and S game.
Yeah, so you say a word. It's a word association game. You say a word, so I might say flower. So you would then say a word associated with flower, but it can't start with a P or an S.
Oh.
But it's quite hard to do, so everyone then has to continue, and it's so funny.
Yeah.
It's so funny because it can get a little bit rude, obviously.
Yes,
but it's a really funny game to play. So I played it with all our friends, and then we played another one at Christmas with all my family because there was 14 of us then. So round the table, everyone says a name of a celebrity. And you have to, the second name of the celebrity, so if I said George Michael, you'd have to then say a celebrity with an M for the second name of that celebrity. And if you said a double word one, like Diana Dawes, it reverses. Dean knows, he's played it. It was really clever, and it was so good. Yeah, it was very good.
That sounds it, actually,
it's a drinking game as well. You don't have to drink, but yeah, I was going to say, Dina know it because it's a drinking game. So, and if you take too long or you can't think of something, you have to have a drink.
Oh, I probably just don't,
that's what we got up to.
On purpose, I'll be like, no, I can't think of anything. Take a little drink.
Oh, so I have to have another drink.
Pass the tequila bottle. Drink responsibly, of course.
And then who's doing dry January now?
Yeah, right.
I am.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Well, I was trying to be very good before Christmas, so I drank over Christmas, but I hadn't drunk up to Christmas.
Yeah.
But I am going to do dry.
See, I'm being deadly serious when I say this. I'm not a massive
No.
You know, drink like the
Yeah, no, me
weekend
neither.
I'll have, I don't know, like fizzy juice or a tea or something like that. Unless I'm celebrating a friend's birthday or something like that, then I'll have a drink. But yeah, so therefore, I don't think I wouldn't get the benefit really of doing dry January. No.
Yeah, I just thought I'd try and cut the calories down and not have a drink. But yeah, I'm like you, I don't really drink a lot anyway. I always sound like I drink a lot, but I don't.
It's time you get off air at the end of the day, like, right, need a drink. Need a drink.
I'm more of a social drinker. I'm not someone that drinks at home.
That's exactly the words that I was looking for a moment ago, Debbie. Yeah, I wouldn't necessarily drink at home.
Although I did find a new drink that I really like.
Do
Well, I
tell.
say new drink, I used to drink it years ago. My mum used to drink it. It's an Advocaat. So
Oh,
snowballs.
snowball.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it's just like drinking, what's the word? Cream soda.
Yeah.
It's very nice. Oh, they're all like, ooh, in my ear.
It's a bit like eggnog, isn't it?
Yeah. I've
Stateside.
never had eggnog, so I don't know.
Yeah, I
if
think it's
it
along
is.
the same lines, yeah. Yeah.
Look how beautiful that's
Look at that,
looking.
Debbie, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if it's picking it up there, but you can really see that pink through there. I'm only going to do a little bit more because we want to show you all the other things that are on the show. But I just wanted to show you how you can,
see it build up.
blend two completely different colours together.
Yeah.
What you do need to do, though, is be mindful of those colours because you can blend colours that don't blend together, but you have to do it in a specific way where you pick up another colour from. So you would scribble a colour down, your lightest colour down, onto, say, some acetate, and then you would pick that up with your darker colour, and then as you draw with that, then it shines through the colour that you've got originally down there. So that's quite a nice technique as well. But this is just a nice one of doing a two-colour blend, but having those completely different colours that light up. So there's our flower. Let's just do that one more petal so you can see that full one, although I think that's going
incredible.
into that next one.
I think with the classics, I touched upon this within Wake Up Call, Debbie. I think these would be good as well if you're in the Academy of Colour with Leanne.
Yes.
Then maybe obviously you want to then open up your scope of colours that you've got.
Yeah.
You know, because obviously Leanne coloured your duo-nibbed alcohol pens as well as your Aqua pens.
Absolutely.
So then you can follow along with our tuitions, but you're going to have a lot more colours.
Yeah, so such a nice thing to do, isn't it, colouring? And you would just sort of continue. And then if you were doing your green, let's just do a little bit of our green here. So we've got some of that colour. But just a really nice way. I'm going to do a totally different green leaf. I'm using our Jade family. And then all we're going to do is go round that outside to start with.
I think it works as well, you know, not always going with your true greens for the leaves, like your Jade one.
Yeah.
I think that works well.
Yeah, I think when you're colouring an image, it's your own, isn't it? You
Definitely.
can make it however you want it. Lovely one to do if you are doing wedding cards and you want to theme them. I think that's always a really good idea to sort of theme them. I'm not colouring all of that in because I always think, well, I don't want to waste too much of that ink, so I'm going to go in with my darker one. So literally, I'm just going to come into here. And again, I'm still doing that sort of circular motion, but we're just adding some shading in. And the one thing I always say about alcohol colouring, make sure that if you're not happy with it, don't worry about it. Let it dry, let the ink evaporate, and then you can go back to it. But don't overdo it. Got a squeaky pen there. So just putting a bit more shade around the bottom. And then we're going to blend that all in with the lightest colour again. So you're just going to go tickle the edges just over the top, and that's going to blend that beautifully.
You forget how therapeutic it is even just to watch.
I know it is. I love watching people colouring. Yeah, it's really, really nice.
Yeah.
Well, Jamie said he's happy for me to do this rest of the show, but Jamie, don't worry, that's all we're doing. We're colouring
It's
all
colouring.
through the
It's
rest
new year,
of the
new
show.
craft.
But there we go. So let's stop then, just because that's our alcohol pens, because I want to show you something else. But look at those reds and pinks coming through there, and blended so beautifully together. So you don't have to just stick to those regular colours. Now, the other thing that's great with alcohol pens, because they are alcohol pens, it means if you've got ribbon, accessories, gems, buttons, anything like that. My mum, when she was here, bless her, she used to colour her pearl earrings in.
Did she?
Yeah, with her outfit. So she always had pearl earrings, and they were always coloured because she'd colour with the outfit that she had. They were just, they wasn't real pearls, I don't think. But it's because you can colour them. So if literally, so this is where your chisel nib then comes into effect, because your chisel nib is brilliant if you want to then, I've just got this really plain colour ribbon, and if I then just do sort of strips down, you've then got a pink, look at that, a pink ribbon. And if I then want to continue with that, let's put an orange on there. So we've got a multicolour ribbon. You can just keep going, just take that colour into the next colour. Let's then take that red, there's my red one gone, there we go. Take the chisel nib, go into that bit there, and you can create, oh, actually, we've not even talked about, I mean, I know I dropped it then, but they're so ergonomic in the hand. Great if you've got a laptop, because as soon as you put it down, it doesn't roll. So literally, look, I can tilt my mat and then it doesn't roll anywhere, which is absolutely
really
brilliant.
point.
So these are really good. But look, we've got then a multicoloured ribbon that we can then tie in a bow, use for whatever we want to use it for. And the thing, I couldn't find any buttons, but I did find one of Becky's little pins.
Oh, yeah.
So I thought, well, actually, we could do the same with that. That's a purple one. We could use then our darker red. Look at this. We can literally colour this in. Becky would be saying, whose pin's this? It's not mine. Mine wasn't red. But look at that. Just very quickly colour in that in a completely different colour. So if you imagine you use buttons on your crafts, you can then start to use them and colour them in. You could do that with all your dewdrops. So your dewdrops can now be different colours. Literally all your metal charms, anything like that, you can use your alcohol pens with. So the classics are a great one, especially with that chisel nib, because the chisel nib gives you that extra space. So if you've got a lot of colouring in to do, they're a great one to use, and an amazing price today. So if it's the new craft of colouring you want, and you want alcohol pens, these are a good one to go for, Craig.
Awesome, Debbie. Thank you for that one. Yeah, absolutely. Definitely the ones to go for here. We'll have a little recap here of what you're going to be getting, because it is the classic pens. It is 6 sets that you're getting, but within each set, you're going to be getting 12 pens, alcohol pens. Debbie went through that so incredibly well, how to use them, the way that you can use them, and you're going to get the different tones. So within this one here, you're going to be getting the jewels, so you can see the tones that you're going to be getting. And then you're also going to be getting, which is still into a new year, but it's still my favourite tones, and that is the pastel tones. They're in there as well. You're going to be getting your brights. So going back to what Debbie was saying, if you do choose to use these as single colours to colour, what an incredible array of colours and tones and shades you've got. You've got your nature there as well, with all of your deep nature tones. You've then got your florals. And although that these are also all titled in a specific title, for instance, of course, floral or nature, you can absolutely use them elsewhere as well. And then you're going to be getting your vintage too. So you're going to be getting these, each pen, you've got your chisel and then you've got your fine nib, 72 alcohol pens in total, £75 or $120. You're saving $44.94 or $71.94. But then when you bring your Club Inspire in that, if you are platinum, you get your 20% off, which then means you get it for £60 or $96 for all of these Spectrum Noir classic pens, 72 pens. So they're on Shop the Day. Now, have a little look at the G2, but let's just have a wee look at the comments here. So many of you are tuning in. Stephanie's in saying hello and Happy New Year. Gail's in as well saying Happy New Year from Maryland. We've got Christina's in saying hello, Happy New Year, Craig and Debbie. Also to say, just like Wake Up Call, we've got Dean and we've got wee Jamie in the gallery, and we've got Jake outside as well. Eleanor's in saying good morning from Pennsylvania. Glad to have you guys back live on CC. Well, we are glad to be back. As I said in Wake Up Call as well, me and Debbie today, you've got Leanne and Ben tomorrow, you've got Ben and myself Thursday, and then Ben and Corin on Friday, and then we'll be going into the weekend shows. We've got Valerie's in saying hello from Arizona. Pat's in from New Jersey saying Happy New Year from a cold in dreary New Jersey. Nanny to the girls is saying Happy New Year, peace, happiness and good health for 2024 and onwards, and to you too. Mary Beth Doyle saying I really missed this fun and all the crafty chats. We are back. We are back for 2024. Colin's in saying hello and Happy New Year from Florida. Teresa saying, I love my classic markers. She loves them. We've also got Michelle saying, Craig and Debbie, you're so funny together. I've missed the live shows. Once again, we're all back. We're back with a bang. Melanie's in saying, loving it, loving the giggles. Vanessa's in saying, Happy New Year from Florida. We've got Teresa's also saying, I've been colouring since I was a child. Yeah, as Debbie said, I think, you know, we've all coloured in some form that we do enjoy. Laurie Barnett saying, I need to put down the Christmas cookies and pick up my markers. As Ben would say, put the cookies down. Very bad impression, of course, of Arnold Schwarzenegger from Jingle All the Way. Beverly's in, Beth's in, Joe's in, Joyce is in, and we've also got Len is in, Clarice is in. Hello, Clarice. Laurie's in saying good morning. Craig and Debbie, Happy New Year. And Pat's in saying, Debbie, great tip about using the alcohol pens on different items. And we've got a question just before we go to the G2, Debbie. Shelley is asking, she's on YouTube, what type of cardstock were you colouring on? It's taken the ink so well. And that's from Seattle.
Do you know what, Craig? You think there's so much to talk about with the pens. You forget about what you're actually colouring onto, and it's a brilliant question. So it's Nina cardstock. You can't beat Nina. It is specifically made for alcohol pens, so if you can get the Nina cardstock, do go for that. But our white general multi-purpose cardstock will work as well, but Nina is the one you should be using, and it is the one that I was using.
Awesome, thank you for that one, Debbie. Right, just in a couple of minutes, we're going to take a break, let you check out your baskets. Before we do that, we've still, and I am led to believe that this was meant to end at the end of 2023, but we've managed to keep it at this price. I don't know how much longer. I am going to say I doubt it's going to be that much longer, but as it stands at the moment, this is our G2. You've got all the plates that you need. $199.99, or for you guys stateside, $299.99. Now, with your platinum price, you are going to be $159.99 or $239.99. If you are not in Club Inspire and you're thinking about treating yourself to the G2, please do join Club Inspire, because that means on your first order, 20% off, which you'll get your G2. This is the newest kid on the block when it comes to die cutting machine across the globe. It's the G2. Now, it's still A4 in size. It is quicker when it comes to the A4 plates. It's 13.5 seconds. It is quieter. So maybe you've got someone on night shift. Maybe you've got a young baby or toddler, or maybe you just want that little bit less noise when it comes to your crafting. Then, of course, this is going to be the great one. You've then got your glide fleet as well, so it's going to simply glide in and glide out. Do check out on the website as well for our 360 turntable as well. It is really quite inexpensive. It just makes your G2 turn 360, but as I say, you do have the glide feet. You've got your media table as well. You've got your 3 USB sockets, so you can charge your phone and watch from your tablet at the same time. Power your light pack. You can then, of course, use your vacuum from it as well. Anything that's USB, you can run and charge off of it. Then what we've also got is the optical sensor. So when it comes to your A4 plates, you can do that, but of course you can use your junior plates. Now, you can still put them in sideways, but you can put them on face-wise if you want to, and you don't need to worry about necessarily having them on at the side. It is an optical sensor, or essentially it's a beam. So therefore, you can put your plates in even at an angle. If you've got your foil press, you don't need the extender plate. Just put in that plate with the carbon plate. Then, of course, you can then just feed that all the way through, and it's going to take it no problem whatsoever. You've then got the panels that fold down at the side as well. It's going to stabilize your plates as they run through, but you've got storage in there. And not only that, you've got your even ease of buttons that you can press when it comes to the pause, the reverse, and then, of course, the rewind. So that is your G2. You've got all the plates as well. Your plates are now white, so if you flip and rotate them and get into the hang of doing that, they will last you 3 times as long. Your frosted shim will last you 10 times longer if you get into the habit of flipping and rotating. You've got your magnetic, you've got your embossing mat, and you've got your metal shim as well for you to do any of your intricate die cuts, or when it comes to your soft crafts, it's absolutely perfect. You can use other branded dies and embossing folders as well, but you can get your hands on it today at the price. It's still currently at $199.99 or $299.99. Unrivaled pressure. That is the main thing as well. There is no additional pressure beyond what you're already used to, and that's because Sarah said from day one with the OG, it's got the most amount of pressure that she and the team here can put and stand by that now. So we've just brought it into, well, we brought it into 2023, now 2024. So unrivaled pressure, incredible pressure, but then you've got all these extras as well. Taking advantage of that epic price, platinum price $159.99 for you guys stateside, $239.99. It is there for you guys Central Europe on your website, and I'm going to repeat myself again and say if you're not in Club Inspire, please do join. It's free to join, and then if you do go for this, it means you get your 20% off, which then means that you're going to get it at that price. You can see the details along there on the bottom. And then heads up with Friday. There may be a launch on Friday with Corin and Ben, but it is all about die cutting, and it's a new year, new craft when it comes to die cutting on Friday. So that's going to be a win-win for you as well, for you to check out. But while we give you the opportunity to check out your baskets, what we're going to do is we're going to give you a little minute to do that. And this is, well, it's all about the experience, Crafters TV.
We get to know people from places and walks of life that we wouldn't come across in our everyday life if it wasn't for Crafters TV and doing what we do.
I got so many lovely comments from people when I started doing the presenting, and it was just really such a lovely feeling. And it's nice that people keep messaging in. You know, we see the same people. We know you can build up that kind of relationship with those people. So it's just the fact that people like what we do and they're pleased. And I do love it when people send us photographs of the items that they've made.
We talk about customers, but really they go in as a customer, come out as a friend. The support that I get is amazing. The messages I get are amazing.
Me personally, it is personal interaction. I've never had the best of health. I've always been open about that with our viewers at Crafters TV. So many people are in the same situation as me health-wise. Other people have got a completely different health issues. They understand and they relate to what I'm going through, what others are going through. So whether we interact on a crafting basis or whether we interact on a health basis, a personal basis, we're all there to support one another. It is incredible.
The reaction of viewers when they come to meet us is worth all of the early mornings when we have to get up for our early morning shows.
Some of the customers come on as craft ambassadors and things like that, craft along with us, and being able to actually chat with them on air. I love it. I really love that connection with them.
We've had lots of shows where we've done like craft alongs, especially where we've had viewers craft along with us. We had a particular viewer, Joy, who joined us once before, and she literally made me cry on air, and Joe, because the things she said about us, it really was quite humbling that there are people out there that watch us and invite us into their living rooms and really treat us like family. Many of our viewers bring up time and time again, and that's our wax seal gate.
Thinking, Joe, it might not work as well because I've put too much. Oh, I've forgotten to put me thing in place. Because I have a way of words that I think that doesn't engage with that and can come out all wrong. Water.
That wasn't the one you just washed your brush in, was it?
Sorry. Yes, but it doesn't matter.
No, it wasn't, was it? It was. Are you kidding?
I'm going to have to say, it's a slip of the tongue. I'm going to say it's maybe to do with my Scottish accent. I'm maybe going to say it's because of Mr. Ben Mosby. He is, well, yeah, he doesn't help matters.
I've made pots that have exploded when I fired them. I've done zips in inside out. It happens to everybody.
We've all spilt our glitter all over our project or knocked the water over.
You right?
I've just noticed I've got my dress on inside out.
So I was messing about doing some backgrounds with the sparkling, took the lid off it and managed to catch the pot somehow, and the whole thing came towards me, down my front, across my lap, onto the floor.
I went to reach for the water and, you know, do the tapping with the and so there was less tapping and more sort of a tsunami. I've got some.
Oh, so many of you tuning in. It's so lovely to see all your names coming back again in the first live show of 2024 here on Crafters TV. Tina's in on Facebook saying Happy New Year. Debbie and Craig, I've missed you guys. Happy that you're back on air. Phil Watson is saying, Craig, on the talk of wrestling, there was rumours about The Rock playing Jack Burton in the remake of Big Trouble in Little China. Has this ever been mentioned?
I love that, Phil.
I've never heard of it before.
Big China and Big Trouble in Little China. It's very funny. It's brilliant. Yeah, it's an old film now.
An old one.
Who was the lead in that? Harrison Ford? Kurt Russell. Kurt Russell.
He's good.
It's very funny.
Good, yeah.
It's brilliant. Yeah, it's very good. Very good.
I'm unaware. I think for the next, month or two, I think The Rock's focus will be on wrestling. If what is going to happen is going to be happening, he's going to be facing his cousin in the next month or two, but you never know. That'd be quite interesting if he does do a remake of that. Deborah's in saying, greetings from Texas. Happy New Year to everyone. Evelyn's in saying, Happy New Year from a sunny Colorado. Angela's in saying, that's a fab machine, the G2. I absolutely love it. Our Flaming Galah's in. Sarah Brown is saying, I'm here now. Never fear, the Flaming Galah has made it.
Happy New Year, Flaming Galah.
Always the first one to be into the new year.
Absolutely, they're always in the future.
Always in the future. Sending hugs to all of you, especially my friends Debbie and Craig, and Happy New Year from the future. Well, Happy New Year to you too. Tina's also in on Facebook saying, I love my G2. It's my favourite machine now. I love that it's so quiet, smooth, and the storage space is great. It cuts intricate die fabulously, and the pressure is amazing. It gets all the details. Thank you for that one, Tina. Carletta's in as well, saying good morning, everyone, from Arkansas. Remember, if there is anything you want to add when it comes to colouring, this is our brand new year. So this is New Year, New Craft. This is why Debbie's here focusing in colouring. We're going to be doing more throughout this week here between scoring with myself on Thursday, and then you've also got Corin when it comes to die cutting on Friday as well, also with a brand new launch. But with this being colouring, we've had a look at alcohol pens. We're now going to have a look at our water-based Aqua blend pencils. Now, also like the classics, I'm not going to go into much detail here. I'll give you the main info when it comes to the product, the price, and then we'll go straight to Debbie here, because this is your Aqua blend pencils. It's your 3-tin set here, 72 pencils in total. Now, it's actually working out that you buy 2, you're getting 1 for free. Also, just to say, you can buy them individually on the website. However, this deal that we've got here works out cheaper and better within this bundle than if you were to buy them individually on the website. The option's there for you to check out, but if you go for this bundle, £48 or $58, you have got a platinum price, of course, at $38.40, or for you guys stateside, $46.40. Now, within these colours here, you're going to get your landscape colours. Now we've got our landscape colours. If I turn this one around, being the water base, so you can start to draw the colour out, you can start to create your colours, your shades, you can blend, of course. And as I said before, when it comes to the actual pencils, I'm not going to go into much detail, if none at all. We will do that with Debbie just in a moment. You've also got your portraits as well, so this gives you that indication of all the portrait tones that you're going to be getting, and then you're also going to be getting your essentials as well, which therefore give you your essential tones. So just quickly, we've got these boards here that give you another visual here when it comes to the portraits. With them being water-based, you can draw and pull that colour out. We've got the same when it comes to the essentials. Then not only that, you've then got your landscape as well. So as I say, within that today's price, it's working out. You buy 2 tins, you're getting 1 for free, £48 or $58. Your platinum price, however, comes down to $38.40 or $46.40. I'm going to reiterate again once more, just so you can get them individually if you want to, but when it comes to the value on the deal that we've got today, it works out so much better by going for this deal than going for them individually. These are, when it comes to anything water-based, or that Debbie, I always like to go over my Aqua blend pencils. I just love using them.
Yeah, definitely. They are a lovely pencil to use, and we'll go through more in just a second. I just want to show you some samples from the design team of what you can be doing with pencils. I love this one, literally colouring into that white space. So this is heat embossed with white pigment ink or white embossing powder. It looks absolutely beautiful. You can get so many different effects with colouring in. Colouring your images, cut them out, put them onto your card. Love this one, creating a bit of a vintage look going on there with those vintage butterflies. guys. If you love colouring in images like this, so these are sort of some of Sheena's old images, they are absolutely stunning. What about backgrounds? You like painting sceneries? I mean, that is absolutely gorgeous. And then onto craft card, you can actually use your pencils onto craft card as well. I mean, that's a game changer, isn't it? That's absolutely gorgeous, which is a lovely medium to use. Now, the pencils themselves are thicker than a lot of the pencils that are on the market. It means you get more for your money as well, because they are artist quality, but they're not an artist price.
No.
Now, the pens themselves are absolutely amazing to use. You do need a larger pencil sharpener. You will find them on the website. They have a lot more ink in them, and they are pure as well. Now, what we mean by that is there's no fillers in here. You've got pure watercolour that goes through there, pure pigment watercolour, and it's absolutely beautiful. So whether you're just using your lay down onto cardstock. Now, the other thing I just want to say about a pencil, the where you hold it is the lay down that you get. If I hold it there, so can you see I'm now getting a lighter colour? That's not because I'm making that lighter, it's because I can't put too much pressure when I'm holding the pencil down here. If I move it up, that will get darker. So each step of the way, you're getting darker because your natural pressure goes down. Then again up a bit more, and then we're getting even more colour going down. And then you hold it right to the top like I did with that first one, and you can then actually start filling in the tooth of your card. But even just putting that amount down, if I was then to take a water brush and literally just put my water over the top, that's going to give me my palette there, which is just doing that water. So we're just putting a little bit down just to show you how they work. Now, what we can also do with them is, because they are blendable pencils, because they're watercolours, if I was to take, let's take a blue, and let me find a bit of a light, let's take this blue. And I put down some of this colour, so let's just take some of this colour. I'm putting quite a bit down there. Also, Craig, these are great for palettes, because so if you wanted to make your very own palette, stamp an image, give these to the kids, a little water brush. So I've got my sparkle brush here. If they've got a water brush with their water inside, the water chamber, it means if they're in the car, they can't get muddy or messy, but they can paint with their brush their images while they're sitting in the car, or you might be at a picnic site or at the caravan or anything like that. So for kids and adults alike, it's great to have either a sparkle pen or a water brush, and then you can make your own palette. So I'm just going to be using our blue here, and then I'm just going to put that pink next to it as well. And then I'm just going to take that water brush. Now, I can just, so to paint with it, literally just go into it. Can you see it? It starts to emulsify that, and then I can paint elsewhere with it. That will just take that to wherever I want to paint it. If I want to then mix these two together to make a third colour, I can start doing that as well. So you can see it's starting to make that purple now in that centre, because we've got that blue and that pink. So making that totally different colour. So you can make your own bespoke palettes with this as well, which is amazing. So you've also got the blue and you've got the pink, and you can see the more you go over that, I mean, look how amazing that is. Just honestly, these are just fabulous pencils. Now the clear sparkle, to just take that away, all you do is you put it over your card until there's nothing left on there, so you won't contaminate the end at all. And it won't happen with the pencils. If you used a clear sparkle because you wanted sparkle in your Aqua pens, which we've shown a bit later, and it does, if it stains the top, as long as it runs clear, it doesn't matter that it stained it. It's not going to make it, it's not going to not use that colour on it, so you can still get back to your clear sparkle. It's why the packs of 3 sparkle that we do are so good, because you'll be using them for lots of different things. You can also use these over the top of your alcohol colours as well, so a really good one to have. Now let's say for instance we want to let me just grab my, there we go, let's do this one here. Just move that to the side. I've got one of Sheena's, so we've got the Mother Earth stamps on, which are absolutely beautiful, such gorgeous stamps. So let's just say we use this one. I love this one. It's like the hands that are holding the earth. And I'm just going to pop this onto my rocker block. So let's just pop that in the middle there. And again, because I'm using the Aqua pens, I'm using watercolor cardstock, just in case anyone knows. And then I'm also using our flagstone. So the flagstone is like a grey. It's not as dark as the black, but it's a great one to use on these. You can also use our water reactives. Oh, actually, I'm going to show that as well, Craig. I'll do that
so
in
many
a second.
things, isn't there?
There's so many, yeah, so many different things that you can sort of use, but you can use your water reactive and just bring that colour out. So we're going to stamp that onto there. Look at that, it's beautiful. So you've got your hands there, you can see that are holding, your fingers coming down that are holding the earth in there, which is amazing. And then all I'm going to do, I'm going to bring in and use some quite neutral colours. So let's use the grey here. And you're just going to use these to sort of shade a little bit. So I want to just do similar sort of colours. I'm just going to go in and just add some of this colour around the edge. I don't need to fill the colour because I actually want to let my water brush do all the painting.
Okay.
And we're just sort of going around here. And I'm only doing a sort of really small circular motions. It's quite a light colour. If you want it a bit darker, you can go in with a little bit darker, but we'll do that afterwards. And because I haven't got a thin brush, so that's why I'm using my sparkle brush. So it doesn't matter, it just means we've got a sparkly image. So just using that circular motions to go there. And then let's bring in that brush again. So whether you've got a little water brush in the chamber, and then we can start emulsifying that amazing liquid in there.
Yeah.
And it's just going to bring that in and bring it to life, because now what we're doing is adding shading, just bringing that all in there.
You know what that's also good for as well, Debbie, or just seeing what you've done there. Maybe you're not confident, you know, like graphite with blending or shading.
Yes, yes, yes.
By doing it, it's giving you that, or it's giving me that look and that feel. So maybe it's a little in between when it comes to the graphite blending.
Yeah, absolutely, I love that. And then all I'm doing with the pink is putting a little bit of darkness in the middle, and then we can draw that out as well. And it's as vibrant as you want. If you put more colour down, you're going to get more vibrancy. If you put less colour down, obviously you're going to wash that out a little bit. So we're just going to take that into here. You don't need a lot. It's what I love about these as well. You really don't need a lot. The other thing is, Craig, is you can also colour this whole image. Let's put some on her nails as well. If you want to sort of colour her sort of the image and where it all is, and then you can leave it. It doesn't matter how long you leave it for. It's never going to go anywhere.
Yeah.
And you can then colour it at any time you want to.
Debbie, I genuinely, now there's some questions I'll ask you, I know the answer, but obviously for viewers at home, that's why I'm asking them, but I never thought of that before in all the years.
So if you like to sort of just want a painting palette, you can literally colour it all down. Great again for the kids. You can literally go over a whole image just very faintly with these pencils, then give them to the kids with a water brush, and then they can paint them. It's like those magic paintings. Do you remember the magic painting?
Yeah.
You just add a wet brush to it and it suddenly becomes colour.
And I suppose it's daft me saying that a minute ago, because I've shown at home how you can create your own little palette that you've done there, and that's exactly what it is, isn't it? It's just a palette, but colouring later.
Absolutely. And there you can see, look how easy it is. We're then getting that ombre effect, just popping that into play. Look how beautiful
How beautiful is that?
Yeah, so, so lovely. Just drag that down. The colour drags beautifully. So you can make them as dark or as light as you want. You're getting that amazing. The pencils are going to last you a long time. And the only thing I would say to you, Craig, is make sure you keep them in the tin. We've put them in a tin because it protects them. It's going to keep the longevity of them. And when you sharpen them, make sure you turn the sharpener, not the pencil, and that won't go against the grain. But I think we'll leave it at that for now. And I'm just going to bring in a card that I got some inspiration from. If I just bring this one, a bit of a darker grey, what we've just done. So this was, it doesn't actually say who it's from. So it might have even been our Sheena that did this one. But that's what the sort of effect that you can get from that by using that one stamp set. That one stamp set has all those stamps on them. So it's a great one to have with those hands as well. So yeah, lots of things to get from them. If I get more chance to show you, I will show you later. There's a confetti technique where you wet the card and then you literally flick off. There's just so much much to do, but we want to get through more in the next hour. So we'll leave it at that for now, Craig.
Brilliant. Thank you for that, Debbie. Thank you for showing us how you got that technique. Let's have a quick look here. The Essential Collection. Remember, you're getting all 3 of them when it comes to this bundle here. It's working out that you're buying 2 tins and you're getting 1 for free. Also, it says, well, you can get the tins individually on the website. However, the value is exceptional. It works out a lot better by going for this bundle here. £38.40 platinum price, but for you guys stateside, $46.40. You're going to find them on the website across on the shop the day. 1 hour has gone and we're now into the final hour of this show. We've still got launch party coming up at the end of the day with myself and Debbie. That's going to be 6 o'clock here in the UK, 1 p.m. Eastern Time, 10 a.m. Pacific Time, where we're going to do a little bit of a flip-flop. Debbie's going to be on this side. I'll be across on that other side here. But this show is all about New Year, New Craft, and that's what the remaining of this week is all about as well. This is our first live day here on Crafters TV of 2024. So as well as, you know, maybe a little launch or two that you'll see later on in the week, we are going back into the New Year, New Craft. Now, for some of you, you might be quite familiar with what we're doing today, like with Debbie and colouring. Myself on Thursday, when I'm back with Ben, then you've got your scoring that we're going to go over. And then on the Friday, although there is a launch, it's all to do with die cutting with Corin, where you're going to have your New Year, New Craft when it comes to die cutting. So we've got 3 really key kind of crafts for you to then either look to venture into, or maybe you just need that little bit of a refresh. Maybe you've done a lot of die cutting, but you kind of forgot about colouring. And of course, this is the perfect opportunity, the perfect day to be watching Debbie going over all the different things when it comes to your water base and of course your alcohol base. Before we crack on, of course, everywhere that you, or where you need to go to find everything is our website, crafterscompanion.co.uk.com or .eu. While you're there going to Shop the Day is giving you that look as to what we're focusing on all throughout today. Not only that, have a look, as we've still got our winter sale up to 75% off. New lines have been added. I genuinely don't know when it ends. I do think, though, it's not going to be long, so make sure you take advantage, and of course take advantage of your Club Inspire as well. But let's get back to, of course, this show here, New Year, New Craft. We kick-started when it comes to alcohol colouring. We're actually going to go back to alcohol colouring, but what we're going to do is we're going to look at, as many would say, the creme de la creme when it comes to Spectrum Noir and when it comes to alcohol colouring. While we're here for this last hour, we're having a look at illustrators in a moment or two, but any colouring questions, fire them across. We've got Susie T on the social, so ask away and I will feed them through to Debbie. Sharon's in on Facebook saying, hello everyone. Sharon Taylor on Facebook. Hello everyone, this is my first time seeing this show and I am loving it. So lovely to see your name popping up and letting us know, Sharon. Thank you so much. It's lovely to have your company. We are here for 3 live shows of the day. Each show is for 2 hours. Wake Up Call today with 1 hour was just an exception when I went solo, but you'll always have 2 of us here each show. And we go from master classes, craft alongs. We've got quite a few craft alongs coming this month, just to let you know. We've got cartloads where we have kind of sale show when it comes to some of the most incredible deals that we do here. And also to say, and I know I keep going on about it, of course, but Club Inspire, there has never been a show where Club Inspire is excluded. Now, even in a sales show, a warehouse clearance show, a cartload, a craft vault, something could be down to £1, $1. You will still always get your Club Inspire on top of that, no matter what. Keep that in mind when it comes to Club Inspire. But a very good friend of ours has popped in as well. Laura Middleton's in, saying Happy New Year both. I love the nails, Debbie. Now, a lot of you will recognise Laura being a producer here. She's now, you know, she's incredible what she's doing with her food blogging, and that she's all over the place. Georgie Scran. Well, she's in as well, saying hi to us, Debbie.
Yeah, it's so lovely to hear from you. We miss you, we do.
We do indeed, we do indeed. I did have the pleasure of catching up with Laura a couple of weeks ago, yeah. And we need to do it again, Laura. We'll be in touch for sure. Samantha Cheney's in on YouTube saying, hello everyone. Hope everyone has a blessed holiday season and wishing you all a great new year. It's good to be back. It certainly is. And Deborah's in saying, hi all, been a while, trying to get back to some normality. Yeah, I think a lot of people are like that as well. Love Christmas, love New Year, but it's also nice just to get back to normality.
Really ready to
get back, Craig. Yeah, I couldn't wait. And my Al said to me, really? I could no, I'm quite happy not to. But I was like, oh no, I really miss it. We do have a fun, good job though, don't we?
We definitely do. We absolutely do, that's for sure. We are very, very lucky. But yeah, it is nice to get back to normality, that's for sure. Right, let's have a look at the Illustrator pens that we've got here. 4-pack here, it's giving you 48 alcohol pens. Now, once again, I'm not going to go into the details of these ones. We'll leave these ones for Debbie, but I will go into the detail of the product and also the price that you're going to be paying. Now, remember, guys, this is Illustrator pens. So if you don't know, for maybe, you know, some of our new viewers today, for instance, Sharon, are creme de la creme when it comes to Illustrator pens here. £65 or $110. If you're platinum, that's then going to come down to £52 or $88. Now, this is giving you the sketching. Now, when it comes to these colours here, you can see you've got kind of that in between, that pastel and bright tone with the yellows, the greens, you've got your lilacs, the peaches. You've also got your seascape, so you've got those seascape tones within these ones here. You've then also got your figure. So you've got your figure tones, your skin tones within that one here. Now you can use these and apply these a little bit differently, which is what these shows are all about, and we're going to go straight to Debbie just in a moment. But you've also got your landscape as well, so that's giving you your landscape colours. So there is giving you your 4-pack, giving you your 48 alcohol pens in total, double nibbed as well. You're going to get all of these ones, £65 or $110. You've got that saving on your screen, $34.96, or for you guys stateside, $69.96. If you are platinum, of course, you get your 20% off, then that then means it's going to be £52 or $88. They are there for you guys Central Europe as well. Head to your website to find these when it comes to the euros, and that's crafterscompanion.co.uk.com or .eu. Rightio, out of all the Spectrum Noir, Debbie, I think a lot of people would say that Illustrator pens are a way up there.
Yeah, absolutely. They are incredible. They are just amazing to use. They're the pens that every one of us say that we want to put them into your hand so you could try them. And I think when we have a price like this today, these are your try price. It's the best time to go for them. So if you may not be new to colouring, you may just be new to these pens. So what's the difference between them? The whole pen, the expense of the pen, is the nib, because the brush nib on them is exceptional. It's a Japanese artist quality brush nib, and it is just beautiful to use. So when you're using them, you feel like an artist. So whether you are or not, you will feel like one, because they are beautiful to use. So I've just got a few samples before we start, and then I'll show you the nibs on those ones. So whether you want just really vibrant one lay down of colour, or you want to create that animal fur, how amazing is that? Now these, when we say about flicking, this is where it comes into its own. Just being able to flick all that fur motion in them is incredible. Again, just using vibrant colours throughout. They are juicy, they are gorgeous. You can use the colours on top of colours. That is just exquisite, that fox. Absolutely love that one. But if you like your cutesy images, you can colour with those. Love this one as well. So if you want to do your monochrome look at that, all in the browns. I absolutely love that.
You and Al at New Year's Eve, was it?
Yes. Kissing everyone, saying Happy New Year to everyone. I love New Year's Eve when people do that. Just go around kissing anyone, like, who are you?
You do that anyway.
Yeah, Happy New Year. I love this. So with your pumpkins on this one, I mean, you can see all that shade, that definition, using them to really enhance. I think what these do, these take your colouring to a whole new level. There's lots of tutorials out there. There's lots of things that you could be teaching yourself with illustrators. But the main thing is the actual pen itself. So let me just bring one into play. The actual, if I do it the same, so we can see the nibs here. And in fact, let me bring you in a, let me just grab a, let me get one. Here we go. Just go, oh, trust me, to pick the only one in there that's still got a wrapper around it. I'm just bringing a Classique over so you can see the difference in the nibs. So you've got your Illustrator and your Classique. Both, although they're slightly different barrel, they both have those flat edges, so they're not going to roll. But you do have amazing nibs on all of them. So you can see this one has a big bullet point nib. And this one has a smaller bullet nib. This one has your brush nib, which is your incredible nib, and this one has your chisel, concealed nib. So that's the difference. So you get 4 different nibs. So if you have got your classics and want to go for the Illustrator, don't worry, they will be completely different nibs. Now, if we use that brush nib, it is beautiful to use because it literally just flows. You just get that amazing, amazing flow. And if you then want to just use if you want to just use the tip to do sort of sweeping motions like this, so you've got your blades of grass, or you want to do thicker ones, which create that different look, but with that wisp, that's the sort of way that you're going to get different laydowns of those colours. Then if you want to use the bullet point nib, you've got that really small one. So that's great if you are someone that loves illustration, because you can draw with that nib because it's small enough to draw with. But again, if you still want to do those little nibs, you can literally just flick them. So you can see just for those 2 different nibs, you're getting a completely different look each time. So they're great ones to use. Now let's stamp an image out. I'll use that to go on the back. I'm going to also use Nina cardstock again, and we're just going to stamp out. Again, I've got one of Sheena's Mother Earths because I just think these stamps are incredible. And again, I need a not a waterproof, an alcohol proof. So I'm going back to my alcohol proof because they're alcohol pens.
Okay.
So everything really, Craig, that your classics do, your illustrators will do as well.
Right.
But it just gives you those additional nibs, and they are just so nice to work with. So I'm literally, I love my rocker blocks. If I was to use anything, it's my stamping platform, but I really do love a rocker block because they're just so easy to use. You literally rock from heel to toe. So you go from the middle. I'm going to put my fingers here because as you go down, just push in the middle to the edge. Now, if you wanted to, you could go back, but you don't need to. These stamps are just beautiful to stamp out first time. And that is, if you've had any difficulty in stamping, try these because they are amazing to use. Right, let's start. Let's start with some skin tones. So I've just chosen my FS range, and we've got our FS6, 8 and 3. So now the 3, because it's more of a pink, I'm going to use, it's the lightest colour. So I'll show you what I mean by the light. So I'm going to come in and actually just give her some cheekbones. Okay. So let's just come in, giving her a little bit of cheekbones there. I'm going to go round her mouth, just giving her some highlights over there. So I'm adding in my highlights before we do anything. So we're going to pop those in just round her neck, because her neck's going to be darker there. And then I'm going to come in with my next 2 colours. So the number 6, FS6. So let's use that one. And we're literally just going to come round those and blend into that colour. So you can see this is more sort of your, more of a sort of peachy skin tone. So just going over the top, blending them together. But because we've put in those highlights, that will still give us those little highlights there.
Just to say, when it comes to colour as well, tomorrow with Leanne and Ben, the New Year, New Craft, Leanne's going to be having a look at all of our glitter pastes. So if you want to dabble into the world of glitter paste, then that's going to be tomorrow's New Year, New Craft.
Amazing. I love glitter paste.
I've been using mine a lot more lately, yeah.
Yeah, they're just very, very nice to use. So I'm coming down with our darker one, just adding all those highlights. And then we're going to go back in with the lightest one, which is classed as the cream. And I'm literally just going to go in between and blend those colours together. And then I'm going to leave that because I want it to evaporate. So I don't want to do too much with it until I can see how it evaporates. So we're just going to leave that one. And then we're going to go on to our flowers because we can always come back in and blend this a bit more afterwards. So what we're going to do, I'm just going to bring in, I've just got some nice 3 vibrant colours there. So we've got our cherry red. Now because I've got the bullet point nib, I can then go into the smaller flowers here. So I can literally come in with these ones, and I'm just going to give these one lay down of colour. It's the one thing I do love about these vibrant colours is that you don't always need to use your 2 or 3 colours. No. You can literally just go in using that base colour. Because these are quite small images, I would definitely say sort of have a practice with your images first, with just one lay down of colour, and then you can start doing more technique-based demos. Demos, you're not doing demos. Technique-based colouring. Yeah, I mean, you can demo them if you want to your family.
Yeah, just have them all sitting there. Just do a little demo for them.
You should try it. See if you can craft and talk at the same time.
Yeah, and then you never know. You might be, you know, here with us in the future.
Absolutely. So it's got, oh, that's under the leaf. So that's our first one. Then we're going to go in with our next flower. Let's go on top.
It's pretty much how both of us got started as well, eh? We picked out from, were you on the design team? Was it a design team first, Debbie?
No. Oh, well, yes, sort of yes. My story started where I just used to blog, Craig.
That's what it was, blogging,
Yeah, I used to blog, and then actually Crafter's Companion got in touch with me and asked if I used Spectrum pens. I didn't. I used to do a lot of colouring then, and I mean, my blog's probably still floating about somewhere. I haven't been to it for years.
Oh, that would be interesting.
Yeah, not even thought. I should go and look, shouldn't I, and see what's there. I don't know if they get rid of blogs after a certain amount of time.
I'm not sure, actually, yeah.
Yeah, it was just, I'm not sure what platform it was, just
I
Blogger.
used to have one too. I didn't blog a lot.
Is it called Blogger?
I think that's...
Oh, yes, so Jamie's still very young. It's probably
He is.
before your time, yes. So we used to be able to go and do blogs on blogging platforms.
Yeah.
I think people still blog, don't
I think they do, don't they? Yeah, yeah.
But I used to blog, and I was using a different alcohol pen, and so I said, well, I don't, but I'm happy to use them. So they sent me some, and I was totally blown away. They are amazing. So yeah, that's where my journey started. And then I was asked if I would like to become an accredited demonstrator, and then after that, Sarah was going on maternity leave, and they didn't have someone for TV, and asked if I'd like to do it. And I was like, no.
You said no, didn't you?
I don't want to do it. Yeah, I said no. I never wanted to do TV. It wasn't my thing. Yeah. I'm the behind the scenes girl. I loved behind the scenes, and yeah, and that's my thing. I'm not. I know it's weird because I'm on TV and I know I'm like really giggly and that, but I'm actually quite someone that keeps myself to myself.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like the limelight, if I'm honest.
No, you don't.
No,
No.
I find it really hard to. I try with social media, but I'm not very good.
Yeah,
My New Year's
neither.
resolution actually is to try and be a little bit better. So yeah, I'm trying to be a little bit better with it, but I'm not very good.
It's just one of those things. It's, you know, you either get in the flow and enjoy it and run with it. I know, because I always laugh with Jan, because Jan says, my God, you've just done that so quick. It's like, because I do it that often and that much, it's just so quick. Or a lot of people say, oh my God, how did you just write all those hashtags so quickly? It's like, no, I've got them saved in my notes. My notes on my phone. I've got hashtags for Crafter's Companion, Hobby Maker, YouTube, HSN, QVC UK. So then I just copy and paste all the relevant hashtags.
That's
so
very
yeah, it's just things like that. But when you do it, Debbie, it's like Michelle just now. I love watching what you do put behind the scenes. But, you know, if you're at home crafting with the grandkiddies or Al or that, I love seeing it.
Yeah, and I do need to do it more. It's just, I'm not very good at thinking of ideas, if I'm honest. So I need to think of more ideas. Right, I'm going to leave that because you can see like how the flowers are coming. But what I am going to do is come back to her face, because now that's all evaporated, I can see it needs blending better. So all I'm going to do is take those colours again, and then we can go back to it. So make sure you leave it. If you don't leave it, what happens is you saturate your cardstock.
Okay.
And then even though it bleeds through, you can see it's bleeding through the back here. If it saturates, what will happen? Your cardstock won't take any more ink, and it'll start to bleed out of your image. So by leaving it and then going back to it, it just makes it sort of much easier to do. So I'm going to go back over that blending of her cheek. So that's blending, you can see that's blending much better around there. Yeah, that's much better.
Look at that, yeah.
Yeah, blending much better there. And then we're going to go back in with the lightest colour there and just blend that one out. Oh, actually, I think that might be in the darkest colour. So let's just go back in with that lighter colour again and just blend that in. But you'll see that as it starts to evaporate, it starts to blend much better now. And that's all you would do to colour your image in, and then you've got those amazing pens. And then if you're doing stuff like this, like her top, that's just a case of sort of using, if I wanted to get some texture, we can literally come in from the top and add some little flicks down. So you don't need a lot, but little flicking techniques. And I would just practice this on a bit of card, and that will give you some really cool colour laydowns just by coming down. And then you don't need to colour the full image in. Can you see? It's just giving you that sort of variation of image.
So
you can do, so much that you can do with them. And you can continue if you want to put a bit more over the top, you can add some more in. So you don't have to always use your flicking technique just for fur. Just adding that sort of drop of colour over her shoulders looks quite amazing. And Jamie just said about fire. These are great pens to do that with fireplaces as well, or anything like that. If you've got if you're camping and you're colouring campsites in and stuff like that, they're great pens to use. But yeah, really lovely pen to use, and just get them home, try them, because I think you will love them.
Brilliant. Thank you so much. What another great set of demonstrations just to see how another one of our colour and mediums work. Let's have another quick look at these ones here before we move on. This is our Illustrator pens, 4-pack pens here. So it's 4 packs. However, within each set, you are going to get 12 of your alcohol pens, your really fine bullet nib, and then, of course, you've got your Japanese nib on the other side, which, of course, that nib is the most expensive element within each of the pens. So we've got our landscape, we've got our figure, we've got our seascape that you can see here. And then last but by no means least, we're giving you your what's called sketching. And these are your colours that you've got there, in between the pastel and the bright. So that is your 48 pens that you've got from your Illustrator pens. £65 or $110. If you are platinum, that's then going to come down to £52 or $88. They're on Shop the Day for you to check out, and then you can start to do what Debbie was just showing there, as well as the actual New Year New Craft show. If you are new to us, then you can always go back on YouTube. Go on our Crafters TV YouTube. As we were saying within Wake Up Call this morning, that Rachel, who was on social, letting us know all of us on our team have got our own individual playlists, but you can then, of course, make your own. So whether it's colouring shows, die cutting shows, stamping shows, anything like that, foil press shows, then, of course, you can watch, you can go back, and then you can start to set your own playlist if you want. You don't have to, but of course, with the website as well, on YouTube too, you've got that 24/7 where we just keep replaying the shows, and then you can cherry pick as well whatever ones that you want. That was the Illustrator pens. We're then going to go on to something that involves some water-based pens, Tricolour Aqua pens, and this is our, from Sheena, this is our Mother Earth. This is a 6-piece set. It says 6-piece. That doesn't do it justice, because what you're going to be getting is your stamp sets here. Now, we've got that beautiful stamp. So there's the one that Debbie was using there a moment ago. So you've got that lovely full of hair with the florals. You've got the corner accent. Now that one there can easily be used 4 times to create, of course, that round circle. You've then got your sentiment. Then what you've got as well is, with these being the Mother Earth there, you've got that header figure within different form each time, different embellishment stamps with different sentiments as well. You've then got the ability, of course, then to change the skin tone colours, you know, whether, of course, it's the colours of the florals you can change. And then at the start of the show, this is the one that Debbie was showing you, and that is the world there with the hands, just cuddling the world. Absolutely beautiful, that one there. Now you can stamp them, you can mix and match, but that is the 6 stamp sets that you've got there, 5 stamp sets. Then what you're getting, which is making the 6, is your Tricolour Aqua pens. Now you've got your 9 pens and 27 colours. Now just to say, they're not brand new colours, they've just been refigured from Sheena to work in with the colour thoughts that she had for this Mother Earth. So therefore, the colours that you've actually getting here, which are all water-based, are these ones here. So with these ones, 6-piece collection here, you've got the 5 set of stamps, and then you've got your Tricolour Aqua pens there. That one being the 9 pens with the 27 colours in total, £55 or $71, but then you've got your platinum price as well, £44 or $56.80. They're on Shop the Day as well for you. And while we're here just talking about Sheena there, if you go across onto Facebook and then just search for Inkits, you're going to find Sheena's Inkit group with Sheena and her whole team there, where they love to share everything that they've been making. And when it comes to each collection, I know Sheena's got her own gallery, her own folder set up within the group as well for you to dip into and take inspiration from. So that's the Inkit groups that you'll find across on social media. Right, we have got just over half an hour left of this live show, our first live day of Crafters TV 2024. So while we give you the opportunity to check out your baskets, we'll all be back just in a couple of moments after this.
Welcome to Club Inspire, the Crafters Companion community where you can feed your crafty obsession. Join our fantastic loyalty club today and receive 20% off your first order. We'll also give you 250 points to help get you started. Other benefits of joining Club Inspire include exclusive special offers and discounts for Club Inspire members only, exclusive sneak peek previews of brand new product launches. You'll receive 1 point for every pound, dollar or euro you spend, and the more points you receive, the more benefits you'll unlock. So what are you waiting for? Sign up, join the club and start rewarding yourself today.
Here at Crafters TV, it couldn't be easier to get social with us. Whether you're watching on Facebook or YouTube, on your TV or tablet, you can get so close to the action, it's like you're in the studio with us. You can ask questions about products or crafty techniques. Get hints and tips from our expert demonstrators. Plus, share pictures of your crafty makes with our amazing community. Crafters TV, getting you closer to the crafty action. If you love Crafters TV, we've made it easy for you to watch us wherever you are. Whether you catch us on your tablets or take us with you on your mobile phone, it's easy to watch us anywhere. From here to here. Maybe don't watch us here. It would be easy to watch us here. Probably the easiest place to watch us is here. Crafters TV, with you wherever you are.
Welcome to Crafters TV. With more than 35 hours of live shows each week, it's your home for all things craft. We shine the spotlight on new and innovative crafting products with live tutorials and demonstrations. Join our family of craft experts where fun happens every day.
Are we in trouble or are we all right?
Yeah.
Should be coming in. Should be coming.
What did she do?
Exactly how he looks.
This is awesome. This is awesome.
Get creative and craft along. With our amazing deals, your next craft project is just a click away. Tune in live 7 days a week, or you can watch us on catch up at crafterscompanion.com, Facebook, or our YouTube channels. You can chat to us, craft along, and meet new friends by joining our online crafting community.
And I watch you every day, and it's just what really gets you through when you're really at rock bottom.
There's a show for every type of crafter, from first-time dabblers to full-time makers. Crafters TV, create every day.
We've got Celia's in saying, afternoon, so pleased to see shows like this as it's stamping and colouring, which is the most confusing to myself, of the different pencils, the pens, the ink pads. I can never get the hang of it. Well, this is it. This is what the shows are all about this week, is New Year, New Craft. So it's also about that education of, maybe you are familiar with colouring, but sometimes you just need that extra little helping hand as well, just to get the mind around it. And I think it's something I find as well, Debbie, that yes, everyone at home loves our launch day shows. I love our launch day shows. I love our cart loads. But when it comes to something to the core of education about how to use said products, this is when we get the most reaction.
Yeah, definitely. I think any colouring, it can be really confusing, especially when there's so much on the market. I mean, ink pads is a whole new ball game now, isn't it, to people, because we ourselves do so many different ones. So it's really good when we can cover them like that. And I love that we can see a difference between our alcohol colouring and our watercolour. And I love also that people do both now, because it's affordable now to people to be able to treat themselves to these things without just thinking, I can only concentrate on one hobby. We can now cover ourselves with lots of different hobbies. We just sort of pick and choose and dip into things and makes a big difference. Anyway, the Aqua pencils are beautiful. So if I know Craig's going to show you them. Should I just show you some of the samples that you can do with them? So they are absolutely beautiful. This iris, I mean, it's literally been coloured in with those Aqua pens. The best way to use them is off the glass mat. But look at that background. I'm going to show you how you can do backgrounds as well as painting with them. Freehand, I mean, I'd just love to be able to do that.
So would
I. Amazing, but that is freehand painting with them. We've got stamp, like sort of scenery backgrounds that you can paint, which I think is a great way to use them on. I love this card. I think this is beautiful. Just a lovely way of using any of your stamping in the background, but then just choosing what colours you put into where. Cute little dragon here. I mean, that's a really lovely one as well. And then I love this one as well, another monochrome one with all those blues. Looks incredible. What about stamping? I'm going to show you how to stamp with them as well. That one's stamped with one, and then the colour just drawn out is amazing. Love that one. And then another one here with stencil. So I'm going to show you, Craig, as well, how you can stencil with your pens.
Awesome. Right. Don't worry, we're going straight back to Debbie just in a moment. I'll go over the details here for the Aqua pens. If you want to get your hands on the Aqua pens, you can do that. Now, it is 3 sets here, but in total it's giving you 36 pens, £48 or $69, but your platinum price is £38.40 or $55.20. As Debbie says, these are water-based, where you're going to be getting the nature. So when it comes to the nature, the colour tones that you're going to be getting from the 12 pens are on that side just here. So visually you can see the red, the oranges, you've then got your blues, you've got some of the deep greens, the navies, you've also got browns as well as that kind of honey colour. That one there is your nature. You're also then going to be getting the primaries, which of course when it comes to primaries, I don't need to go over the colours, but I will do for anyone that needs that, with the reds, the blues, the oranges, the plums there, the navies, you've got the yellows in there as well. So you've got your primary colours. Then you've also got your essential tones that you can see within this one here. So with these being water-based, you can then draw the colour out, blend different shades, blend colours together, but these are the 12 colours that you've got as well. So that is your Aqua pens, 36 pens in total that you're going to be getting. You've got a saving of £20.97 or $29.97. On that today's price, for anyone that's not in Club Inspire, you're going to be £48 or $69. If you are, of course, platinum, then that's going to come down to £38.40 or $55.20. They're also on Shop the Day as well, that you could grab a hold of them. But before we come to the end of the show, we've just got just under half an hour to go. Let's head straight across to Debbie, where we're going to see how we can use the Aqua pens in all the ways that she said.
Yeah, definitely. I do have lots to show you with these ones, because they are probably the most versatile pens that you'll ever come across, because there is so much you could do with them. So if I was to say, if you've got a budget and there's only certain ones that you could afford to buy, I would say to go for the Aqua pens, because they are the ones that are going to just, the longevity of them, they're going to go for a long time, but also they're just going to do so many different techniques. I mean, just go on to YouTube, onto our own site, and just type in watercolour techniques, and you will find absolutely loads. So this is just the tip of the iceberg, what I'm going to show you. Now, you do want some watercolour cardstock, so do look on the website. I'm not sure if we've got it on the show, but it will be on the website. Watercolour cardstock is going to be your absolute best friend when you're using any medium that's going to be watered down. Now, the pens themselves, again, you know what we like with nibs, we like to give you the most of your pen. So in the actual Aqua system, we've put in a brush nib and a bullet nib. So you've got 2 nibs there. So you've got your brush nib on this side, and then you've got a really tiny bullet nib on this side, which is absolutely brilliant. So really good for doing little confetti techniques, a little spritz onto them, and it just makes them explode. It's just a great one to have. And then the best thing that you can also have is your glass mat. mat. Now, if you don't have a glass mat, it's a great one to have if you want to go and grab one from the website, but you could just use a bit of acetate and that will do the same thing. So use a piece of acetate and you can use that to paint on with, because I would say getting the most out of your pen would be to use them straight from the pen onto your glass mat, and then they will last a lot longer.
Okay.
So first of all, we're going to just show how you can create a beautiful background, a really simple background. And all I'm going to do, I'm going to start off with my darkest colour. So I've got this gorgeous blue, so we're literally going to put that blue on there, really beautiful. And then I'm going to go into a nice vibrant pink, so we've got a nice pink there. Now, I'm being mindful of my colours. So I know a lot of people struggle with what ink pads and everything else. Some people, Craig, struggle with what colours to use. Because, I mean, it's really difficult to know sometimes what colours are going to look good together. I mean, in the words of Tim Holt, the worst you can do is make his favourite colour of brown. So, because it makes a muddy colour. And I always remember him saying that. I think, well, that's very true. You could just make a nice brown. But if you want to be mindful of colours, just know which colours will blend into what. There's plenty of colour charts online, so you'll find them on there. Just go onto a colour chart. It'll tell you how to sort of grab your colours, or stick to your primary colours, so you know that your primary colours are going to, so you know, like your yellows and green, your yellows and blues are going to mix and make a green, your oranges and your yellows are going to, you know, everything's going to mix beautifully. Right, so we'll use these two colours. I'm going to take a large flat brush, so I've just got one of our large flat brushes and some water, and all I'm going to do is pick up that blue to start with. And so with the blue, we're just going to literally sweep that over the top of my cardstock. So nice and easy, just sweeping that down, and I'm going to do about a quarter of that. And then I'm going to rinse my brush, because I then want to pick up the pink. Now, if I muddy that colour, it doesn't matter. It's just going to go into a sort of purpley pink. So I'm going to just pick up that pink, and then we're going to put that straight down as well. So straight down into there. Just pick that up, keep going with that one. And then we can start to mix it between the two here, which is going to then make that purple in the middle, which is going to be beautiful. Then I'm going to just clean it again, and then we're just going to pick up the yellow, and the yellow will then just go at the bottom. And then that's going to go into my pink to make a more orange. So we've got that yellow into the orange, into the pink, and then into that blue. So creating our really own bespoke colours. I just love them. I mean, that is simplicity in itself.
It's like a beach and a sunset, yeah.
Yeah, it looks amazing, doesn't it? So nice and simple. You don't need to do anything else. So I'm just going to give this a little bit of a blast. So with my heat tool. So all that's going to do is just dry it off for me. So that's one thing that you literally... Oh, we've got the heat tool on the show, so we will show you that. I mean, not only is our heat tool amazing because it's got two settings, but it looks good. It's purple and white, just as all our crafters companion.
Snazzy. We've got
it's
a snazzy
very snazzy.
heat tool.
I love that. Yeah, absolutely. It's a great... I mean, ours isn't so snazzy. Look, it's all a little bit grubby, but I think it means it's well loved, Craig.
I think so.
Right, once you've done that, now there's different ways of what we class as faux bleaching. So you can grab a sort of... If you want to just dip in, literally flick water at it, it's going to create some sort of bigger splodges, if you like. I do it at the top so you can see that on there. The longer you leave it, the more that's going to pull up all that water into those sockets and start diluting, because what it is, it's faux bleaching, so it is bleaching the water because it's actually pulling that away. But you can also use just your paintbrush to sort of tap on as well. So if you just want little tiny sort of globules of water, you can have a completely different look. And then we'll leave that for a second. I'm just going to grab some kitchen towel, and then we're just going to let that suck up the water. The longer you leave it, the more that water will sort of come up into place. And then we're just going to put that on top, and then you've got your water reactive there. How amazing is that? And actually, we do it all the time, and people see it all the time, but it still has that real wow factor about it because it looks absolutely beautiful. Let's turn that round so you can see it just a little bit closer up. So you can see we've got all those different colours going through there, which looks amazing. Just stamp a stamp set on there. You could die cut that as well now, so put your flower dies on there. It's just going to look gorgeous. So that's one way of doing your backgrounds. Now, another way, I've got this stamp, and I love this stamp, as Craig was doing earlier. Breathe in, Breathe out.
How did you know I was doing that?
They said it you were here earlier when you said showed
I didn't think you were paying attention.
Oh,
Yeah, on Wake Up Call. I've done it, yeah, on Wake Up Call, yeah, when I showed it.
Yep, absolutely. Now, so what I've done is I've stamped this in our white pigment ink pad. You could do it in our translucent ink pad and then just do it with white embossing powder. So I've just done that on the top. So you can't really, there we go, we can see it if I put it there. So breathe in, breathe out. So I've done that like that, so then you can see a different way of doing it. Now, I love this technique. I'm going to use the same pens as I've used before because I know that these are going to blend beautifully together. What I also want to do is just take a little, I'm just going to go around the edges a little bit, just so I'm not wasting much of my ink. I know that within that frame is where I need to put my ink. So all I'm going to do is make sure I'm going to put pink more than anything else in.
Okay.
Then we're going to add some yellow. So just making sure we cover that. And then I'm going to go in just with a tiny bit of blue because the blue is going to be quite vibrant, so we don't need too much of it. So just like so. And then we're going to take our spritzer bottle. Now your spritz bottle is, you'll find them on your website. I was hoping I would just find one to hand straight away. I don't know, we've got one now, I've done that, Craig. Let me just keep looking.
Now the water spritzer, it just happens to be the same one that I was using. If you've seen that video on social with myself and Mr. Dave Bradford at Hobbymaker here in the UK the other day. If you do want a little bit of a giggle, then of course you can check out that video. If you are new to us here on Crafters TV, remember every single one of us here on the team, you'll find across our Facebook and Instagram as well. So put our name, Debbie Fisher CC, Craig Laird CC, Instagram and Facebook, and you're going to find us all there as well.
Right, so all we're doing is spritzing on top of that water. So you can see now what that's doing, it's reacting with the water on there. And then when I turn this round and place it inside, I'm just going to go across here and we're going to dip in and just pop that into place. Now I haven't sprayed it with loads of water. Then when we take that off like so, like that. So can you see if you have too much of the blue, it'll start muddying, but that's fine because what I want to do, we're going to dry this, Craig. I don't want to use this. I'm going to go slightly to the side because I want to still use that, but I want to dry it.
Right.
Now this is a really good technique, but you need to make sure you dry as you go through because it doesn't work if you just keep dipping in because it doesn't look nice then.
Right, okay.
So what we are going to do is just dry that off a little bit. And then I'm going to take out, so just using a piece of tissue, I'm just going to take out the bits that have gone sort of brown and muddy.
Right.
And then I'm just going to spritz again into this middle section because that's the bit that hasn't gone through very well. Put some more water down and then we're going to take this in and we're just going to wiggle that into there. So this is more of what we call a splodge technique. So you're literally just splodging your water through. So we're getting more coming in there. So we're just going to take this in, put some more.
Really
so we're going to dry that off again.
And though as well it's New Year, New Craft, and you know, we've had a number of new viewers between Wake Up Call and of course this show here. We all get hints and tips. For instance, I've never thought of just doing a little pen mark on the corners of your glass mats or you visually keep the ink in the middle. I've never thought of doing that before.
Yeah, well, it just saves you putting it wherever you don't want it to go. So I'm going to put a little bit more down and then we're going to use a bit more of that yellow. I'm going to stay away from that blue because I think that's a little bit dark. So we're going to spritz that again. And then just spritz all over. And then again, we can go back in there. And we're just using our, now Jan would be using a brayer at this stage. She likes using a brayer, but I just using my fingers to go in. So now we're starting to fill up more and more there. And we can still go in, try and fill those edges. So just like so. Yeah, Jamie was saying I was using my elbow. I was using my elbow actually on the stamping platform to put a bit more pressures down. Right, let's just get a bit of that blue at the side. There we go. So let's just wipe that and then we will, there we go. And let's dry this off. So that's another way of getting a completely different looking background, but then having that heat resist in the middle. And then once you've dried that off, all you would then do is if you buff the middle section, it would take off any of the excess because this is heat embossed. And then literally you can just, in fact, I'm thinking, Craig, so let's just buff that off so you'll be able to see that a bit clearer. See, so once you buff that, the white then comes back out. So you've got that. If you want to add some more, you can. We could trim it down and we could then pop it, onto, let's do that, shall we? Let's just put it onto that last bit we done. So let's trim this one down. Just like so. Trim those ones down.
This might end up by default be demo of the show.
Actually, I tell you, I think it needs a bit of a black as well. So I think I'm just going to, I love a bit of a wing it down. We wasn't doing any demos and now we're making it into a card.
Look at that,
so I am going to bring a bit of black cardstock. Sorry, I just walked out of vision. I do apologise. That was my fault, Jamie. I just thought, do you know where you just think, oh, I just do that.
Forget
just
it.
do
It's
that.
just like we're at home, isn't it? We forget we're live. I'm just going to walk off.
Just going to walk off? Yeah, do that a lot. you could cook dinner tonight, love. I don't know why I say that, because Al cooks every night. I don't cook at all.
Did he do the Christmas dinner?
Yes, he cooked it all and then I helped dish it up. And helped eat it as well, yeah. Helped eat it as well. He's so good because there was lots of lovely recipes about this year for Christmas. And let's grab my tape pen. Sorry, keep walking out of shop. There we go.
Is Al good at being like adventurous? Is he good at coming up with his own kind of
well, he sees a recipe and then he'll do his own sort of
yeah.
thing to it. But he did see something where you had your camembert cheese in the middle and you actually cooked your pastry round the edges. And then and he made them and you cook it all and then you dip it into the cheese.
Oh, nice.
It was very good. And the other one was that he did was you get new potatoes, you boil them, then you roast them, and then you smash them down, like so with the thing, you smash them, and then you put a bit of brie cheese on them and cranberry on the top. Oh, and bacon, crispy bacon.
Oh.
Really good.
Oh, that sounds amazing.
Well, they were really amazing, yeah. So when we had our friends over, that's what we did.
Yes.
Yeah. So we have plans to do sort of themed dinner parties. So, well, I live 4 hours away, Jamie.
I was debating to see what Jamie just said there. He said it was worth it.
Yeah, very lucky, very lucky.
Well, my stepdad, he does all the cooking back home. He's a really good cook as well.
Isn't it strange? Because we always sort of think, everyone says to me, well, Al does all the cooking. Yet most of the TV chefs or main chefs in the world are all men.
Yeah.
So, I don't think it's... there we go. So I've done a little card there so we can see that. Look at that. It's very cool, isn't it? That looks amazing, doesn't it? I love that. It does. Right, I'll put that onto a black card later, but I have got a few more different techniques to show you as well. Right, the other thing is, which you might have seen, you might not have seen, glycerin. Now, you can buy glycerin in any chemist, any baking shop. It literally is just, there's all sorts of makes. It's just glycerin, and it's brilliant stuff. This one is for baking. Mix it with your icing, and it makes it all nice and smooth and glossy. But yes, if you go to the chemist and you've got a bad throat, you can use that as well. So it's really cheap. It's not an expensive medium. Now, what you do want to do, I am going to just go off. So if we look down on here, I'm going to bring in something that I'm pinching from Leanne's show tomorrow. Don't tell her. But it means that you can see this. This is on the shows for tomorrow. It's the Contemporary Trio. So I've brought this in because it's got it's got 3 different stencils, and I wanted to show you how you can make all of your pens into a stencil. Now I'm going to use 2 different colours, but the same colour family. So I've got my magenta and my violet red. So I wanted a darker colour pink and a lighter pink. So we're going to use this on here, but if I was to just draw through these or watercolour through, it would seep underneath and then I wouldn't get a really good effect. But what we can do with this one is we can use glycerin, and then that is going to make everything into a ink pad. It's going to make them all into your ink pad. So I'm going to just take that out, just a couple of little drops. You can see, I think we just need to bring that down a bit, just so you can see those 2 little drops. Not a lot there, haven't done a lot, just a little bit. So there we go. And then all we're going to do is take ourselves our ink applicator. So I've just literally used the round one. You can use whatever you want. What I would say is just give that a rinse afterwards. So don't dip that into your ink pads at all once you use it. So either use this just for this or give it a good wash. Just wash it in warm soapy water and it'll be fine. And then we're next to it. So I'm going to use my darker colour first. So we're going to just pop that next to it so you can see it's real vibrant. That's that red violet, which is beautiful. And then all I'm going to do is take that little splodge there and I'm just going to work it into my sponge. Just taking one. You don't want too much, so that's the thing, it's the trick. Make sure it goes all the way around so it's all nice and glossy. And then I'm going to pick my pen up here. So literally, I've now made that into an ink pad. So when you then pop this through, we can literally do it. I mean, I've not taped this down, but I'm just going to pop this in. But look how vibrant these are. And they are honestly incredible. And because they're slidey, because of the glycerin, it's so easy to go through, and it goes a long way. So that little bit of colour, I mean, although it's getting faded, it can still pick up a bit more. Pop that on. It's just a really nice way to make everything that you have into that ink pad, which is amazing. I'm just going to put a little bit more of that down. Just put some more. Make sure you don't put your pen into the glycerin. Then pick that up and then we can do the rest then. Make it a little bit more vibrant. And if you did need any more glycerin, then just use that, because you just need to put a little drop down. But to be honest, that covers quite a lot of the area without having to put any more down. So I love that. We've got different variations of that colour there, which is really nice. So that's our first one. I also love these stencils because they come as a trio. I do want to just take off some of that, so I'm just going to literally just grab a piece of card and take some of that one off. Then I'm going to now pick up, and you can use that for something else as well. I'm going to pick this up again just to have a little bit more. And then all I'm going to use is, there's other stencils in here. I like to do a double stenciling. So we can then pop that over the top, but this time we're going to be using, I'm going to come down here where we haven't used the glycerin at all. And we're just going to go over with that sort of lighter colour and literally just go through that. And this is going to give us a really different effect by using both those stencils. So if you've got stencils that go on, yes, so I'm actually twisting it because there's really small amounts in this. So I just want to make sure that we're grabbing all of those inside. It's a nice different way of just adding some colour, but actually getting your pens to be your ink pads. Yeah. So you think if you've got our ink pads, you've now got a whole new load of other colours. Definitely. So if I take that away, then you've got that beautiful technique through there. How amazing is that? So and literally just add a sentiment, a bow, some stems. It's just absolutely amazing. So that's one way. Now I've got one more before, because I know we're class. Told you there's so much.
Just to quickly say, Debbie, if you're expecting these to be launching tomorrow, they've been delayed just by a short wee while. They were meant to be with Leanne tomorrow.
Is it new?
Yeah.
I didn't know it was a new stencil.
Yeah.
Oh no, I'm going to get really told off now.
No, you'll be fine, you'll be fine. So they were meant to be launching tomorrow. We've just had a little bit delayed just because of the holiday. So keep an eye out over the next, you know, I would say maybe week or two, and you're going to see them launch. You know that they're coming, and you can do what Debbie's doing.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Don't be daft.
I thought they were older stencils. I did think to myself, I haven't seen them before, but I thought they were older stencils.
That's why.
That's why I hadn't seen them before. Sometimes the odd thing pops up and I think, oh, I haven't seen that. It must have come from America or HSN. So, oh, apologies. I've given you a sneaky peek now.
That's not a bad thing.
Well, there you go. So that's one thing you can do with them, isn't it? Right, the other thing I want to do is stamp with them.
Oh, nice.
One of my favourite things to do. So I will just do this very quickly because it is an amazing technique. and I do want to show you how to do it. So again, bringing in the rocker blocks, again bringing in that Mother Earth stamps, because they are absolutely beautiful. This is my favourite stamp. I love this stamp. It's just beautiful. So let's just pop her on there. She's gorgeous. Let's grab some watercolour cardstock. So let's pop that on there, make sure she fits, yes. And then I'm just going to use my pen. So I'm using the Bramble, so just a darker colour that's due on her skin tone. And we're just going to, I will go back over that because it might dry a little bit before we get to stamp it.
Okay.
So literally just going over her skin tone there, around, make sure her lips have got some on, all the way around there. And then I'm just going to sort of sporadically really just put some different colours. Let's put some pinks in there. I'll put some orange. So let's use some orange around the edges. Just in there. And then we're just going to add, oh, I thought I had a green. I haven't got a green. We'll just add some blue then. I've got some blue here. So let's also put a little bit of blue just on those edges, like so. And then I'm just going to go back in with the pink just to make sure that that's all going to go beautifully.
It's the fact,
And then,
less than half an hour, the different ways you've shown, Debbie, Aqua pens.
Yes. They are my favourite. I love them. I just don't think you can go wrong. Sheena raves about, she loves the Aquas. I mean, the ones that come with the Mother Earth, you've got a whole new lot there. They're just amazing. Now I'm going to do something very technical here. I'm going to huff.
Okay.
And you're only going to do that just to sort of loosen the colour a little bit. And then we're just going to stamp down like so. Look how beautiful that is. Absolutely amazing. Now, if you did want to, you could, because you've still got colour on here, we could spritz that. So we could literally do a wafting over the top of water. That would just reactivate it a little bit. And then we can stamp again. Look a little bit different, but look, well, in fact, actually, it's probably come out a little bit better. So have a practice with that. You'd get another one out of it. Now, if you wanted to, you could grab your pen, and then we can start to use those to colour with. So we can bring that colour in, just doing a little bit of shading around her eyes. And you can actually start to pull that colour out. So that's a really nice way to do it as well. But all those different things, different techniques that you can do, Craig, it makes these pens amazing. So you've got your stamping, you've got your stenciling, you've got your two different lots of backgrounds that you can do with them as well. So many different things that you can do with them. They are amazing pens. So I would say if your budget goes to these pens today, great price, grab these ones.
You know, the whole 2 hours have been epic to see all the different ways of colouring with this new year, new craft. But for me, certainly that last half-hour section there with the Aqua pens, phenomenal. So as I said at the start of the show, when it comes to YouTube and playlists, this is definitely one I would recommend. Add this to your playlist on YouTube for you to then go back to, even if it's just for this section here when it comes to the Aqua pens. Let's have a quick recap here of the actual Aqua pen. So if you want to grab hold of these ones, you can do that. You're going to get 3 packs, but in total you're getting 36 pens. So you're going to be getting your Nature. You're also then going to be getting your Primary as well. Then you're going to be getting the Essentials. So for these one on today's price, you're going to be saving 30%. And what I would say as well is they are $22.99 or $32.99 each. So it's round about, roughly, give or take a pound or dollar or two. It's working out that you're buying 2 and you're getting 1 for free, which is exceptional. So on that today's price, £48 or $69. As Stephanie said, that's an absolutely incredible price for the Aqua pens. But even better if you are, of course, within the Platinum. When it comes to the Platinum price, 20% off. That means then you're going to be getting them for £38.40 or $55.20. So much love for, yes, this whole show, but also just that last half hour or so with the Aqua pens there. Jane is saying, I love that. Joe is saying, thank you, Debbie, for all of these great techniques. Rhonda's in saying, I really love the Glycerin trick. Make me want to get my stencils out as well. Pat is in saying, I just love watching Debbie. I get so inspired and always learn something new. Stephanie's saying about saying a great price as well. Thank you so much to everyone that's been tuning in, sending in your comments as well. Debbie, as I just said there, everyone is just saying how much they've just absolutely loved everything that you've just shown in the last 2 hours.
It's really kind comments, and it's great to be back. It's the new year, and we're hoping to show you lots of new stuff in the year, but it's so good to get back to that new craft, or get to that new craft, because lots of people don't know lots of those different techniques, and there are so many more. That's just the tip of the iceberg. So get your colouring on. That's what I would say.
Right, fancy a party?
Oh yes, please.
We'll have a party. Shall we do
Absolutely.
a switch watch, will we? Flip
Yes,
flop.
that sounds good.
Sounds good. Right, we're going to go for a little break for an hour, but we're all going to come back here in the UK 6 o'clock. For you guys stateside, 1 p.m. Eastern Time, 10 a.m. Pacific Time, for a launch party. Now, of course, because we've not had any launches throughout December, we're going to have a general look at some of our best selling products as of late at the back end of 2023. But as I said, Debbie's going to be on this side, I'm going to be across on that side. We're going to have a little bit of a play. We're going to have a play and see what we can create when it comes to the products that we've got on, of course, on launch party. As always, do make sure that you check out Shop the Day Across on the website. While you're there, you're going to see everything that we've featured and still to feature the rest of today on our first live show of 2024 here on Crafters TV. Check out that winter sale as well. Take the opportunity within this hour, and we'll all be back in an hour.